Hey y'all, I'm Jay.
And I'm Meka.
And this is our channel. Today we're going to be doing Love Island episode 10. So we're going to be doing a review recap of it. But thank you for joining us, checking our channel. Give us a like, comment, subscribe, hop in the comments, we're active. So today we had episode 10 of Love Island. This is right after the bombshells, Pepe and what was the guy's name? Jalen.
Yeah.
And Iris came in. So Pepe, Jalen, Iris, they came in the last episode. So this is just them kind of familiarizing themselves with everybody.
Yeah, like meeting up with different people that they're interested in and whatnot.
Yeah, finding the soft spot in somebody's back to shove a knife is pretty much what they're doing. I'm gonna have to bleep that out. Cause that's not real. But anyways, a couple things that happened this episode. Me personally, I was kind of bored this episode, to be honest. A little bit of building, but it was a little boring. The first thing that happened was Hudda and Jeremiah, as we slowly watched their situation disintegrate. Yeah, you talk about Hudda and your views because you have a different perspective on situations surrounding her and Jeremiah and just her in general. So you break down that whole thing.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so first of all, I'm in agreement with most of everyone that watches the show that they have clung together too fast and they're not, getting to know the other people in the house, which I think eventually is going to do them a disservice, right? They're moving extremely fast. You know that in the past episode, Hudda finally told him that she had a child and whatnot. And, it's starting to look like Hudda is a little manipulative. And, it shows like even from the beginning with the child situation where she's like, I don't want to tell anybody I have a child, particularly Jeremiah. She didn't want to tell him until he got to know her better. And I felt like that was omitting information intentionally. I called it entrapment. I know that's a large word, but that's exactly what it is. And then, you just see all these different scenarios of her doing this, even within the girls group. Sometimes she seems like she's a girl's girl. Sometimes she seems like she's their enemy. And pretty much the only time, she's not really rocking with the girls is if she finds out that somebody is interested in Jeremiah. So Iris, who they introduced as a bombshell, she was kind of interested in Jeremiah and wanting to get to know him. But Hudda's over here marking her territory and whatnot, putting hickeys on his neck. Her and Iris sit down in this episode. And Iris sits with all the girls in this episode. And she's just talking about wanting to find out from them, what's their status with all the men or whatever. She gets to Hudda and Hudda's like, well, we're not closed off quite yet. But we're not, neither one of us are messing with anybody. We're very happy, and Iris is like, that's cute or whatever, right? A little bit of shade there. Just kind of marking her territory and whatnot. And so in this episode, you start to see, like Jay said, that their relationship starts to unravel a little bit. There's, I call it pancake gate, where they, the guys always make the girls breakfast. This is one of the biggest things that happened on this particular show, on this particular episode, right? The guys, per usual, make the girls breakfast. Jeremiah goes downstairs, makes her breakfast, brings it upstairs. She looks at the plate, and I guess he had put just a pancake on there or something like that.
Yeah. And
Hudda was like, no protein. And so Jeremiah, you can see on his face, you're never happy with anything that I do. You can see that. And he's like, we have to share a stove and stuff. Either take the pancake or fuck it. You know what I mean? Or forget it. So,
well, I will give her this. Everybody else had bacon and eggs and stuff.
Don't nobody have to do anything for you. That's how I was raised anyway. So just say thank you. How about thank you would be nice. And every time that he would bring her a plate, she'd send him back can you get me some water? or cake. She's like never happy with her breakfast. But anyway, so then fast forward a little bit, and you know, she wants additional items on her plate. I guess eggs and bacon, and turns out the pancake is soggy. It's not done all the way. So she's, you know, cooking up some stuff. She walks over to him with her plate, and she's like, "You might want to thank your boy Taylor for helping me make my pancake," right? And he looks up from his plate. Jeremiah looks up from his plate and looks at her like, what do you want me to do with that? Basically, like, what is that supposed to mean, right? And she's like, "I'm just saying, you know, another man made your woman food." Well, you know, technically, you're not his woman quite yet. He's made that pretty clear. When you've asked him if y'all are together or not, he says, "Not yet." A lot of times he says they're just getting to know each other, or they just met, all that other stuff. So anyway, the whole pancake situation happens, and she does something like, she tells him he needs to eat all his food. And he was like, "What do you mean by that?" And she was like, "You're a man, you need to eat all your food." And he's like, "What the F?" is his response. Like, okay, you know. So he's getting irritated with her, and, you know, she proceeds to get upset, and she's like, you know, she has certain standards, and she feels like that's not how a man is supposed to treat a woman. That is what she said, right? Something like that, to that effect.
Something like that. A man shouldn't watch, which I understand.
Something like that. Anyway, she gets a walk off. She's mad, and for the rest of the episode, she's talking about how he's not doing enough, you know, and
doesn't matter if he did enough. He did what he wanted already.
And kind of find out, she actually asked Taylor to help her make this pancake, which I was kind of mad when the episode ended, because I want to know about the pancake. I want to know, did Taylor really ask her to make this pancake?
No,
did she really ask Taylor to make this pancake? Okay.
In the video, she asked him when she's standing there, and she's like, "Hey Taylor, can you do this for me?"
Yeah.
So she did ask him, but like, honestly, I just think that whole thing was just
dumb.
Stupid.
It was dumb.
Like, and truthfully, like, I will say Jeremiah, the one thing about him, like, I understand where he's coming from. I kind of understand where Huda's coming from, but at the end of the day, it's like,
I think they're both not. They're just not doing what they're supposed to do on the show. Yeah.
In so many ways, and it's like, you know, so what?
Right,
like, all right, how about this? Cook your own damn breakfast tomorrow. How about that? I want to bring her ass a goddamn thing tomorrow. Not only did you have a problem with what I cooked, you gonna do that? Then go ahead, feel some way then.
Yeah,
that's cool. Like, that's the whole thing.
And she did say that. She was like, if he doesn't step up, then she's gone.
Good. It don't matter.
At this point, I think Jeremiah kind of wants a break anyway.
Yeah, he does. But I mean, because they've only been there so long. She's on this. She's bugging, but he's been on. I think it's between the both of them, and I don't necessarily. The thing is, like, we really don't get like a insight as to the type of people that they deal with in the past or they have dealt with.
Yeah.
So you can't see. I don't want to say caliber, but just the different types of dynamics of people from their past. I'm pretty sure Jeremiah pulls. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm pretty sure he does. I'm pretty sure Huda pulls.
Yeah.
But you'd be able to see, like, either what they pull or at least the mindset of what they, you know what I'm saying, like that type of stuff, you'd be able to gauge a little bit, because I feel like the way Huda is, and with them being so young, her having, you know what I'm saying, a child, which came from a relationship, all that sort of stuff, I think she's showing that she's quick to clasp on quicker than he is. He probably used to, at this point, like, oh yeah, we say this little cute fun stuff, and then we do what we do, and then
that's it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's like, no, this is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's your 401k like?
Yeah, definitely. I think because she had a whole family from what I've been seeing online. Like, I think like her baby's father, they were in a real relationship. They had a child together. They probably raised that child together at some point, and then they separated, right? So she's already miles ahead of him as far as like, you know, like the levels of life of things that people do. Like, you know, you have a family, have kids. Also, Jeremiah, like you said, he's probably just been out in these streets. You know what I mean? Like, kind of knocking people down.
Or something.
He lives in LA, but knocking people down. And he lives in LA. Yeah. You know, knocking people down, whatever the case is. And then, you know, she's probably looking for something more stable, and kind of understandably so, because she does have a child, you know? I don't know if this is the platform or environment that she will get that from, but that's what she's there for. We'll move on to some other people. Let's see. Jalen really has an interest in, say her name right, please. Olandria. Yes, Olandria. Weird
ass name.
I think it's so cool now. I like her name. I just always call her something else, but I really like her name. But, you know, she's with Taylor, and I will say Olandria seems like a very mature type of woman, the way she carries herself and whatnot. And Taylor kind of seems a little slightly younger minded than she is. They kind of just don't seem like they match. Like I feel like Olandria kind of exudes a little bit more, I don't know, wisdom or something naturally. I don't know if it's her Southern accent or what it is, but it's something about her that gives me that. And I'm just not that convinced about their relationship too, just because I feel like Taylor is just trying to stay on the show. I feel like he wasn't really just like maybe that's not his normal type, or, you know, I don't know. And he even said he was having issues like sexually being attracted to her, you know, in a sexual manner, I guess you could say. And so he kind of struggled to kind of get that going. So then he started to kind of kiss her here and there and try to show more affection, because Olandria was saying that's what she needed, you know, and that's what she wanted to see from him. So he did make an effort, but I feel like it was a little bit too late, because then Jalen walks in and he's a country man. He is Olandria's type. He exudes a little bit more, you know, manly adult male, you know, just by looking, just hit by how he talks. And, you know, how he looks and whatnot. I think that's probably a better fit. It's her type. It's just her type.
You're going to have to stop shooting at my boy Taylor like this. Just because this...
I like Taylor.
They're cool.
I do like Taylor. I just don't think they're a good match, and that's okay.
They're not a good match. Who's to say that her old boy is? Just because he come in here looking like he, you know, rides cattle and stuff like that. Does not mean anything.
Well,
you know
I mean, I'm just saying that's her type.
Taylor is one of the more mature. He just is fun, but when it comes down to certain things, he's been one of the more mature, less messy people.
Definitely less messy.
And Olandria's ass is messy as hell to me.
I don't agree with Olandria being messy.
But
I don't agree with that. I don't think Olandria is messy, but that, you know, that's fine. You know, your opinion. That's your opinion. But yeah, Taylor.
Can't be doing Taylor like that. Taylor,
no, I like Taylor. Don't say that, because I do like him, and there's somebody for everybody. I don't really see the chemistry between them. I don't. And Olandria really did. Taylor hasn't really identified what he likes. Olandria has. She was very specific about the type of man, the type of look, the type of, you know what I mean, that she liked. So when old boy walked in, it's like, okay. Y'all kind of set this up. Kind of threw her the alley-oop on that one. You know what I mean? So that was that. Iris.
She kind of look like a...
Whoa, what? You can't say that. You can't say that.
So yeah, so what are we gonna say?
Oh my God, I just hit my elbow. Iris, the girl, cute girl, you know, she's cute or whatever. Her excuse me, not love interest. Her interest, or who, you know, she wanted to get to know, was Nick and
Jeremiah.
Oh, and Jeremiah. So we already told you about the whole Huda and her conversation, Jeremiah. So I could tell she's kind of like, maybe he's not for me type of thing. It's too much going on over there, you know. Plus he's walking around with a big hickey on his neck again, because Huda didn't mark her territory. But anyway, so
no, she's gonna pick Jeremiah, I think. But
she might very well do that. But she had some great conversations with Ace, and she had good conversation with Nick. It was more like fun. It wasn't a deep dive or anything. I think she had a little bit more of a meaningful conversation with Ace, I would say.
Yeah.
But it seemed like her and Nick got along very well.
Ace knows how to handle himself.
Yeah.
Anybody that talks to him outside of, you know, dingbat over there, he's pretty much good to rock with, truthfully.
Yeah.
No, I believe that. I believe he knows what he's doing. I think he's been straight up about stuff. and you know,
For sure.
he handles all of them kind of the same and stuff. And then when he vibes with somebody, he goes to that, which is how he feels about old girl. You know what I mean? Cherie, that's her name, right? Cherie.
Shelly.
Shelly, sorry, Cherie, so whatever.
Shelly. And there wasn't a whole lot that went on with Shelly this episode, right?
Oh, let me talk about my boy right quick. No, nothing went on with Shelly.
Oh, yeah. Charlie
been tight this whole
Hannah
episode.
Pepe.
First of all,
Is it Pepe or Pepe?
It's Pepe.
Okay.
So
I'm bad with names.
I like Charlie. I like his vibe and everything. You know what I'm saying? And Pepe, you know, a little.
He's a pro basketball player, tall, tatted up. You know what I'm saying? So
probably average like 2.1 points overseas. You know what I'm saying? He won them types. It didn't matter.
He got paid to play sports.
So he goes in there. He's talking to Hannah. That's his connection. They got some similarities from their past with school and stuff. You know, so he can walk in the kitchen. First of all, Charlie been looking tight all day. All day he been looking tight. You know what I'm saying? He was sitting there watching
Alondria
and
Taylor
do yoga. And just sitting there just, you know what I mean? But he's in there. He's already looking irritated. I guess he makes some guacamole. Pepe, who just got here, gonna walk in there and talk about some, hey, I'm about to take her, you're gonna move around. Charlie was like, you got me up. Y'all can go somewhere with that.
He was like, I'm not going nowhere.
And take my girl.
That was a bold move.
And Charlie handled it right too. Like, you got me backwards. If you did that to Nick might be like, okay, let me go talk to Taylor.
Yeah.
Go talk to Taylor real quick and start.
Yeah, Pepe low-key disrespectful. Also, the way he kind of like patted Nick on the stomach when he was going to talk to.
No, he's been sunning people the whole time
he has been sunning.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's you can tell he does that. I can't, and he's going to do it. I think to Jeremiah eventually because you can see the type of personality he has.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So, but he's doing it to all of the. Put like this: him doing that to Charlie was a precursor to him trying to do that to Jeremiah.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like hopefully my boy Charlie knows because I want him to stay around because I like him, but you know what I'm saying? I like him as far as like his character. Like him, yeah, because y'all be tripping on mine. As far as his character. But yeah, that happened and what else happened?
That was pretty much it for this episode. I will say, like, I'm ready for a recoupling. You know, I feel like I don't know. Last season, I feel like the recoupling kind of happened a little bit more often. So I'm kind of ready for that. I'm going to keep mentioning Casa because I'm ready for the Casa episode. Because I think that's where a lot of drama is about to happen. Things are looking shaky already. So I don't know. Casa's about to be drama. But yeah, it's moving a little slower maybe this season. Just with like the recouplings really. You know, and even like the bombshells, I feel like they're not transitioning people out quick enough. But I don't know. Maybe it's just this cast.
I mean, maybe they'll have a few probably leave the next. Probably two will bounce in the next episode. Maybe I don't know.
They usually double up when they like have 2 weeks of nobody leaving. So
they'll probably get. I mean, like you're right. Like probably Charlie will probably end up going. I think. And
I think Charlie will end up going.
I would say maybe
Taylor
and Amaya.
I think Taylor might go just because Alondria might take Jalen.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't care who goes. To be perfectly honest with you, I truly
not
don't.
Invested in this cast.
I mean, I'd rather they send these guys back. Truthfully, and that's just me personally.
A lot of people are saying they're not crazy about this cast. You're not
out of the three, and it's not just because she's a woman. I'd rather. As far as personality and what she's doing, I'd rather see. I like the Pepe dude because he's getting ready to start.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's getting ready to start. Iris, she seems all. And I don't know. I feel like I don't really care for a few of them. You know what I'm saying? So it is. I think they could have got some better ones.
Ace gets a lot of hate, but he's entertaining. So.
Yeah. Amaya,
she might be out of there too. Because she's kind of already hit her height of drama. I feel like she might be out of there. And I think she's pretty much put a stain on herself.
Yeah, she's psycho.
going off on everybody, because I think they get so comfortable in that house that they forget that these cameras are rolling, and they don't remember that the bombshells are watching, you know. So
yeah, but I mean, yeah. I mean, but the thing is, like, people that you don't have to worry about leaving. Ace is not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Shelly's not going anywhere. Hudder's not. Yeah, Jeremiah's not going anywhere. Not Ace, but Nick isn't going anywhere.
Nick's not going.
Austin might be out of here. You know what I'm saying? Austin might be out of here.
But he's entertaining too. He's funny.
He's entertaining. He's more entertaining than Charlie. I just like Charlie because of how he does little stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
But overall, Austin is more. But you know, the whole thing is to mix it up, and they could get rid of both of them because they got two guys in there and do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's what it is. But that's how the episode ended dry as hell. You know, oh my God. She asked Taylor to make it. All right, cool. Like, Jeremiah getting my goddamn nerves. Like, this dude be acting like such a... He was up there like, like, you not see what's going on, bro?
He's not assertive enough. He's just not.
He's not assertive. You know what I'm saying? And, like, it's not like Huda is that... Even if she is manipulated, she's not that much of a dominating factor to where you can... You know what I'm saying? It's not about being mean. It's just about, like... I don't know why you tripping on my bad. I'll fix it tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that's the case, if you want to keep the vibe, he's sitting up here like anytime, no matter what, nobody says something to him, it changes his trajectory.
That's what I don't.
No matter
like
what
about
it is.
Jeremiah.
I like about Ace anything.
He don't stand on business.
He don't stand on anything, good or bad. The girl say something to him. Oh, Heather come up here. I'll give you some tonight. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh,
and we're speculating that they're,
you know,
we haven't seen it, but it's just an assumption that they're getting down.
How many times you laid in a bed with a person over and over and over and they give you hickeys and nothing happened? I ain't trying to.
I didn't say nothing's happening.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say that at all.
I feel like there's enough is happening. Yeah. Or you think you can talk down to me about my breakfast? Nah, that's cool. Make your own. Anyway, so yeah. Sorry about that.
I like my breakfast. I like my. But yeah, so we're done with this episode. Excuse me, this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow us on all of our social media channels, and we will be watching tomorrow, and we'll have our review up tomorrow night, possibly.
Yeah, we do that. Bye, y'all.